First of all, it's an incredibly great honor for me to be here. The main achievement of the Polish president, there are many other achievements for us, but for us, from our angle, the main achievement is that, you know, if anybody in the beginning of the year would ever have told me that somebody would say seriously that Georgia should become one day member of the European Union, I would think that they are taking me for a fool, or they are themselves involved in wishful thinking. I think Donald Tusk made it happen. He started to talk about it very bravely, and then within weeks after that, President Sarkozy started to say about it.
It became a mainstream music in many European capitals. So, and I think composer in that case was Donald, but then it started to be played by very important performers. And also, we remember very fondly Jerzy visit to Georgia, and it was a very important moment for us. And you know, it's really amazing transformation what we are seeing, because back in the 90s, in 93, I came here as a student. We were at here at the University at the International Institute of Human Rights,
together with lots of Polish students, and of course we immediately became friends, because this was like we found immediately each other. And you know, we had to get stage internship with the Council of Europe, and we had to go for 2 weeks of security clearance, us and Poles, because none of us were not even member of that. Sorry, it was 91, but we were not member of that organization. Nobody seriously thought about the idea that Poland or any of us would ever become. We were not even an independent country. Would ever become member of organization. And look what way we took from there, from not being able even to enter the building of another organization, the neighbors, to Paul being president of the European Parliament, and to Poland being a mainstream country, and again Georgia, you know, getting chance to join this institution maybe in the future. And you know, that's the point, is that it's like a fairy tale, of course, for the adults. You know, my 5-year-old son last year already had big trouble believing that Santa Claus exists. He was asking diligently several times his mother why the Santa Claus talks with the voice of her uncle, I mean my wife's uncle. And I think this year we will have very hard time to sell it to him, but it's not so important. I think what we are getting in these institutions is really our dreams coming true. And I have to thank you also for the resolution that was adopted. And of course, Krzysztof Lizek almost has the stature of national hero of Georgia because of resolution, but he modestly claimed all the time, as if one hero was not enough. He was telling on Georgian television continuously that no, you have 532 heroes, those that voted for the resolution. But because, you know, we cannot remember, I mean, of course we have all Polish delegation here, and we have Elmar Brok, who was very instrumental. We have Martin Schulz from Socialist Group, which also voted for this resolution, and many others. But of course, because we cannot remember 532 names, and Lizek is an easy name to remember after all, then I guess he will stay in Georgian history. And thank you so much for this great initiative. And again, you know, this is an amazing coincidence of fates, and you know, Poland has special place in the heart in every heart of every Georgian. And it's amazing that I recently discovered we are renovating our capital city of Tbilisi, that basically most of its central parts were built by Polish engineers, Polish architects. We just discovered, when President Komorowski came here, I just asked for the historic note. It happened that basically most of it was built by Polish. And the reason why Poles were coming to Georgia to build, because we were part of the same empire, but basically the emperor never trusted Poles. So he didn't want to develop Poland. Then Poles had to go somewhere to express their things, and they thought, okay, Georgia is a nice country, I mean the emperor, but they will never become a real people. So we can develop that place, we can build it there. I think if they ever get us back, they will stop developing us all. They learned their lesson, because I think what is important in our party, I remember very well, Catherine II wrote to another great European emperor that we should never allow Poland to do reforms, because then they will never be able to take over there anymore. And this is same exactly is true about my country. I travel all the time. I went recently to Kyrgyzstan to meet the young people in a town hall meeting, hundreds of them, live on television. We talk a lot to Ukrainians, Moldovans, everywhere. Indeed, lots of Russians talk to me, and it's very important that this process take place in Russia. And I can tell you, Georgian reforms have really captured the imagination of lots of people at that place. And again, I remember this parallel. I know that any reform that brings us closer to Europe, that brings us closer to normalcy and to normal rule of law, transparent, democratic society, might be dangerous for some other people. But we don't care, because after all, Poland did the reforms and Poland made it. We should also make the reforms, and no matter what great emperor or wannabe emperor somewhere else want us not to make it, we should still be there. Again, you are guiding us, you are helping us, you are inspiring us. So I'm really, we are here I have this feeling of being in my family, seeing, my cousins, my brothers, my sisters, my just very, very close friends. And, I really would be grateful if all of you experience, at least bring a small part of the same feeling towards me and my people, because we want to be real Europeans. We want to be loyal Europeans. We are not just Europeans, but we are extremely enthusiastic Europeans because of geography. We have to outperform ourselves to get to you. But it was, after all, we are a Christian nation from 4th century officially. 4th century. And for all these centuries, the whole history is Georgia as trying to get to Europe and never making it. Maybe we'll make it this time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Président. Mikhail Saakashvili.